The alfalfa shortcut to rich compost, hay versus pellets explained. If there's one thing we gardeners love, it's discovering a shortcut that doesn't just save us time but actually makes our soil richer, our plants stronger, and our harvests more abundant. Over the years I've experimented with every trick in the composting book. Banana peels, manure, coffee grounds, you name it. But honestly, nothing has consistently delivered like alfalfa. Whether in the form of hay or pellets, this humble plant is a real game changer for anyone serious about creating nutrient-packed compost. In today's SoilSage Chronicles deep dive, I'll take you through exactly why alfalfa works so well, the difference between using hay and pellets, and how you can harness this shortcut no matter the size of your garden. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get into the soil. Why alfalfa is the gardener's secret weapon. Alfalfa might look pretty ordinary when you see it baled up in a field or bagged as livestock feed, but it's absolutely packed with nutrients and natural growth boosters. What makes it such a standout is its nitrogen content. Alfalfa is rich in proteins that break down into nitrogen, one of the key macronutrients your compost pile and plants really crave. But, hey, there's more. Alfalfa contains a natural growth stimulant called triacontanol, which acts like a gentle plant hormone, encouraging root development and lush growth. When you add it to your compost, this not only speeds up decomposition but creates a microbial buffet that keeps your soil teeming with life. So think of alfalfa as compost fuel. It doesn't just sit in the pile, it sparks it into action. Here's where most gardeners get curious. You'll see alfalfa sold in two main forms: traditional hay bales and tightly packed pellets meant for livestock feed. Both work beautifully in composting, but the way they break down and how you use them can make a big difference. Alfalfa hay is exactly what it sounds like. Long, fibrous strands of dried alfalfa, usually baled for animal feed. When you toss this into your compost pile, you're adding bulk as well as nitrogen. The fibers help improve airflow, which keeps the pile from going anaerobic, that dreaded swampy smell. The downside? Hay takes longer to break down, and you may need to chop it up or layer it carefully to avoid creating mats that slow decomposition. On the plus side, hay is often inexpensive if you live near farming communities, and you get a lot of material at once. Alfalfa pellets are basically, alfalfa that's been ground up, compressed, and shaped into these small, dense nuggets. They're really convenient, super easy to measure, and they dissolve pretty quickly when you moisten them. This makes them just perfect for those smaller compost systems like tumblers or bins where, space is a bit limited. The beauty of these pellets is that they deliver that nitrogen-rich boost almost instantly. You don't have to worry about any clumps or mats, and you can really control the amount you're adding with just a scoop or two. However, it's worth noting that pellets are more processed than hay, and usually they cost more per pound. In short, hay gives you volume and structure, while pellets give you precision and speed. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, how to actually work alfalfa into your compost system. If you're using hay, layer it in just like you would with other greens. A good trick is to alternate 1 part hay with 2 parts carbon-rich browns, like leaves, straw, or shredded cardboard. Because hay can be kinda stringy, give it a quick chop with your garden shears before layering. This really helps prevent compaction and ensures a faster breakdown. If you're using pellets, the process is even simpler. Just sprinkle a couple of handfuls into the pile and give it a good soak with the hose. Once they expand and soften, they'll blend seamlessly into the mix. With pellets, I often recharge my pile by adding a scoop every few weeks to keep decomposition humming along. Whichever form you use, remember this golden composting ratio. Roughly 2 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen. Alfalfa counts as nitrogen, so balance it with dry browns. Too much, and you'll get a slimy, stinky mess. But just enough, and your pile will heat up like a wood-fired oven. Beyond compost, direct soil applications are where alfalfa really surprised me. You don't have to limit it to the compost pile. Both hay and pellets can be used directly in your garden beds as a soil amendment. For pellets, I often scatter them across the bed before planting, water them in, and let them break down in place. And within weeks the soil feels looser, richer, and earthworms flock to it. With hay, you can use it as a mulch layer. Just spread it thinly over the soil surface and let nature do the rest. But just be mindful that hay sometimes carries seeds, so you may find a few sprouts popping up. Though in my experience, it's a small price to pay for the fertility boost. So which is better, hay or pellets? Honestly, it depends on your gardening style. If you've got a large compost pile or a big garden and don't mind a little extra labor, hay is cost-effective and adds useful bulk. It's ideal if you live in rural areas where you can pick up a bale from a local farmer for next to nothing. If you're in an urban or suburban setting with limited space, pellets may be your best friend. They're tidy, easy to store, and you can add just the right amount without hauling bales across your yard. You know, at the end of the day, both forms of alfalfa deliver the same key benefit: a nitrogen-rich, microbe-feeding powerhouse that transforms ordinary compost into a black gold factory. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Let me share my personal shortcut with you: blending both. Over time, I've found that the real magic happens when you combine both forms. Personally, I like to use hay as the backbone of my compost pile, layering it with browns and kitchen scraps to create structure. Then every couple of weeks I sprinkle in a scoop of pellets to recharge the pile with fast-acting nitrogen. It's a bit of a game changer, really. This way, you truly get the best of both worlds: slow, steady decomposition from hay and quick microbial action from pellets. It's like having a compost system on both marathon and sprint modes. Quite the dynamic duo, don't you think? So, just to wrap things up, composting can sometimes feel like a waiting game, but honestly, alfalfa, whether you use it in hay or pellet form, really turns it into a faster, more reliable process. By feeding your compost with this powerhouse plant, you're not just cutting corners, you're actually creating a richer, more fertile soil base that'll reward you season after season. So the next time you're eyeing a bale at the feed store or a bag of pellets in the livestock aisle, just remember, hey, that's not just animal feed, it's gardener's gold. If you found this alfalfa shortcut as exciting as I did, don't stop here. Go try it in your own garden and watch how it transforms your compost and soil. Then come back and share your results. I'd love to hear your experiences. And if you want more soil-smart shortcuts, tips, and hands-on gardening wisdom, be sure to subscribe to SoilSage Chronicles on YouTube and share this article with your fellow gardeners. Let's keep growing together.